In 2001, Halo Combat Evolved hit the shelves, revolutionizing the FPS genre. And with multiple other games, graphic novels, comic books, and movies, Halo would encompass the hearts and minds of millions of people. 4 years later, after Halo 2, Bungie announced that Peter Jackson, Alex Garland, and Neil Blomkamp, the co-writer and director of the Lord of the Rings film trilogy, would join a Halo film as producers, during which Blomkamp and Peter Jackson would utilize their Weta company to help create the props and visuals for the movie. During the production of Halo 3 back in 2009, Bungie, who owned the rights to Halo at the time, would launch a 7-minute live-action trailer directed by Neil Blomkamp, who used a portion of his budget that was directed towards the Halo TV show. This trailer still has many people coming back to watch it simply because of how much testosterone is in it.
I must love the scent of testosterone.
Due to budget, creative differences, and behind-the-scenes troubles, the show was canceled entirely in the 2000s, with assets later being utilized in the District 9 movie that was released in 2009. But within the Halo franchise, there always seemed to be one thing that was lacking: the TV show aspect. Now yes, there was Halo Legends, a short miniseries of episodes with varying quality and story, released in 2010.
Broken up into 8 individual parts: Origins, Origins 2, The Duel, Homecoming, Odd One Out, Prototype, The Babysitter, and The Package. In order to convert each of these stories into full-blown cartoons, 6 different talented Japanese animation studios were recruited to help make it a reality. Studio 4C worked on Origins, Origins 2, and The Babysitter. The Duel was done by Production IG. Homecoming was animated by B-Train. Odd One Out was Toei Animation. Bones helped create Prototype. And finally, The Package was made by Casio Entertainment.
But this never satisfied the craving for a Halo TV show, or even better yet, a live-action one. Now on May 21st, 2013, Steven Spielberg was attached as the executive producer of a television series based on the Halo franchise with the release of Master Chief Collection.
With 343 Industries and one of the best storytellers of all time, Mr. Steven Spielberg.
Certainly improved. And so for me, the Halo universe is an amazing opportunity to be at that intersection where technology and myth-making meet to produce something really groundbreaking. And I'm incredibly excited about the great journey we're all on, the heroes, worlds, and wonders that Halo will take us on. Thank you.
But after this, not a single word or leak would be seen or heard of until 10 years later. Now in 2023, Paramount Plus would release a $90 million budget for a Halo TV show spanning 9 episodes.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But this show was abysmal. The writing, the action, the story.
Why would a Spartan do that?
Even props were just awful. The sheer amount of reviews, hours long of videos dedicating to single episodes alone, and the tomato score is clear enough. Heck, even the reviews by well-known YouTubers caused Paramount Plus to copyright strike them to prevent any more negative reviews.
Copyright claim! They fucking blocked worldwide that one. They blocked that one worldwide, but they left that one public. I guess they're fucking earning money off of it.
I could write a 24-hour review on the show, but for the sake of time and my own sanity, I will not be reviewing it. But it was a complete dumpster fire, leaving die-hard Halo fans explaining why the show was a complete and utter and where 343 fans tried their best to explain why the show is great. Personally, I speculate that it was a money laundering scheme since most of its CGI is shot at times despite a budget of $10 million per episode. Now you may be wondering, where is this going? Well, calm down, I'll get to there. Stop motion animation has been around since 1898, with some of the most infamous movies being stop motion. And stop motion animation regarding the Halo franchise has been around since 2011, with a comically large view count of nearly 90 million views. And through the years, animation accounts such as Mutroid Productions, Sassy Crocodile, Alex Gutierrez, and many, many more would be created with the same focus. But they never truly had the spark that was missing. Yes, the animation is good and even excellent, but it was missing what was within Halo Landfall and Halo Legends Ghost. Mutroid Productions' animation is impeccable, but he sacrificed the sheer strength of the humble soldier of the UNSC to show off the Spartans, while Alex's fight scenes had good set pieces, but action felt too stale, flat, and stagnant. But luckily this was improved on later in his other animations. But what if I told you there is another? The Badleaxe animation channel has existed since 2016, but when he started making his first series, that was approximately 6 years ago. Now, while the story and video quality is very different from what he releases today, the quality and set design still holds up, oftentimes preferring practical effects over computer-generated effects. His first trilogy offers something completely unique that only 2 other animations have accomplished, excluding Snowbound by Badleaxe, the same person, adding rebels into the Halo lore.
At ease, soldiers. I've heard that you've saved most of my patrol from a Covenant unit going through that area. Good job, but there's another task at hand now. We've seen rebel patrols going through this area and they are very dangerous and highly trained. We need your help. I'm sure that you've seen some of their bodies on the way down. Of course, we're all looking for the same prize, the Covenant data.
While yes, the story is a little confusing at times, I still find myself revisiting it today because it offers something completely unique and different compared to his newer animations. And at the time, he likely lacked any sufficient UNSC vehicles, so he used his own customs from Legos. He even includes small lore explanations for this.
And as I'm sure you've seen, we have rebel vehicles in our arsenal because most of the army is focusing on Reach right now. And I'm pretty sure you guys are a good team because our reinforcements...
Starting off on Planet Qatari Part 1, you can immediately see a huge overhaul, both in the effects compartment, but also in the lighting, stagnation, and set-piece design. While nothing spectacular, the jump is insane for within 1 year. Although the camera is fuzzy in many cases, the lighting and set design makes up for it, and jumping from different terrain segments adds flavor, not to mention that he improved the stiffness that was evident in his other animations. Everything feels liquidy, not stationary or too fluid to the point it's slow.
Why aren't we at Earth? That's where the Covenant are.
UNSC says this is important. Oni is probably just covering it up, though.
As within every scene, there is always something going on in the background. This is important because, yeah, you can have something occurring within the background. If it's just meaningless patrols like in the Halo TV show, then it completely negates the meaning of said background. Something that I would like to point out about his channel is the insane attention to detail.
So what are you guys doing out here?
We have orders to return to the police station. The wounded and scattered are holding up there.
Whether it be the shields popping off, the chain gun spinning before firing, or while being fired, and even reloading, which Hollywood can't even get down aside from John Wick. Other channels, such as Reclaimer Studios, do a fantastic job at animating. When it came to this specific fight scene when the round would hit the elite, damaging its shields, there was no bullet clash from hitting the shield or even the shield lighting up where he was shot, merely a muzzle flash from above. While this isn't necessarily bad because the quality overrides the detail, it is still something to note.
Details matter.
Regarding the music, there are certain scenes within this video where music does and doesn't play, albeit there's more music playing. Now this isn't necessarily bad since there are some breaks in between the scenes, but also the fact that each scene warrants music to be played as it intensifies the scene. Music and ambience plays a crucial role in movies, games, and TV shows because it escalates the moment and provides impact or de-escalates this moment. Whilst the scenes where you don't hear anything are just as important, if not more important, than the scenes with it. Because if you just play music throughout all of your animation, then it becomes background noise, something to be ignored.
Details matter.
Once the second episode to Qatari was released, the quality seems to be the same besides with a few additions. rain is introduced, and instead of being an effect that's added over the camera, he adds actual water drops that look amazing. He also includes more Play-Doh blood, which looks pretty nice. Although at one point, 2 different music tracks play at the same time, which decreases the quality of the scene, it's short-lived as another track plays with a smooth transition. On the subject of transitions, Badleaxe does an amazing job with transitioning music tracks to fit the events. Although it would have been better to stick to 1 music track rather than using 2 in some scenes. Perhaps he wanted to use both of them, but by actively choosing both, he dismantled the scene's value. During this, when the red ODST goes to the other Marines, a plasma grenade is stuck onto a rifleman, and when it explodes, you can see his injured leg since he was in the blast radius.
Keep telling you, Finley. I know, details matter. Let's go.
Although the blood is missing when he stabbed the jackal during the transition of the angle, this is likely because he takes breaks during angle transitions, so he likely put it back to save on Play-Doh, which is perfectly fine. There are multiple other scenes where the details may be unnoticeable during the first watch, but details matter as not only does this show that the creator is putting in a lot more effort, it shows that he's passionate about his work. Following the prequels, that being Marines Ambush, Marine Supply Route, and Marine 2nd Platoon, the quality increases primarily with set design and a blend between practical and artificial effects. When Harvest and Part 3 released, the quality was expedited tenfold. Not only by the lighting, to the camera quality, the set pieces and even the marine design show that the garrison on the planet we were seeing before were not a part of the strike group that was sent to the planet. The same strike group that is a part of the main characters, but is rather a local defense. Lighting is crucial in every media since it makes an impact on the scene. Not only this, but it sets the mood for how each environment is tailored to the scene or character. Both Harvest and Part 3 and 4 truly feel like genuine movies with how good it is. Although one thing that I have always questioned about the series was how the officer says,
"We've surgically implanted a charge inside the elite's chest near his vital organs. It's set to go off in 48 hours. If a Marine with a friendly IFF tag is shot even once by the elite, the charge will detonate and kill him instantly."
But later never goes off despite him killing infected Marines. Chekhov is rolling in his grave right now. During the scene where Daniel is livid, his animation is faster and more erratic compared to the officer and Rook, who moves a lot slower and calmer. It is clear that from Marines to Part 4, which is the final, the brutality is increased, showing limbs being blown off, which is accurate to that of real warfare. Partnered to this new improvement with a cleaner camera, which expanded the entertainment 1,000-fold. Especially with the lighting improvements, it feels like an immersive and natural environment rather than an artificial one. Something that has always given me a grin is the running gag of Daniel getting shot in the leg.
Stop shooting me in the damn leg! Get down! Ah! Always at my leg, they're always aiming for my damn leg!
And during the final episode, the Marines out there since episode 2, and the ODST since the beginning, die in battle, with a heavy emphasis on loss. Quality is secondary to the story. If you have a bad story that makes no sense but an impressive visual, it makes the entire viewing unwatchable. I'd rather have a good story over visual quality as long as I can digest it without a problem. To use aesthetics as a distraction is fundamentally futile. Visual beauty is meant to accompany what it's portraying, not substitute it. Visual storytelling demands that what is beautiful to the eyes means it has to be in equal intervals to that of the ears and, most importantly, the brain. As with any piece of media, wondrous CGI and costumes cannot make up for a story. The Paramount TV show is a notorious example.
You know, money can buy talent. It can buy special effects. It can buy all the props and the biggest actors you could possibly need. But money can't buy vision, and that's what the show lacks. Quite honestly, I felt that's what Halo has lacked in the last 11 years. A consistent vision of what it should be.
Badleaxe has vision. It may not have the best set pieces early on, the best voice acting, or the best CGI, but he absolutely has the best vision and passion that I have come across when it comes to an episodic series, which makes all the difference in the world, because the story complements the CGI. Canonically, the Marine series and Harvest are a prequel to his Planet Qatari series, and boy oh boy does this series have a story. Every waking aspect never gets me lost in the story. Each episode feels like it would actually occur and has unpredictable events, but not too unpredictable to the point to where you scoff at how profoundly idiotic the decisions are, or at the unrealistic decisions. There's nothing added for filler or that is useless to the story and characters. Everything has a purpose, and if you have to create a filler episode, then the story and episodes pertaining needs to be taken back to the drawing board or scrapped completely. Each outcome comes with a set of consequences where the protagonist needs to overcome. None of the characters are immune to injury or death, which is a rarity in modern cinema, as writers are too afraid to take risks or do not have the talent to come up with new characters. As a result, I sat at the edge of my seat waiting to see what happens next. Each installment in the series has always felt like a natural progression and continuation of the series. The story revolves around Daniel, Davis, Rook, James, and Liam, or at least those that remain in their fire team. Each decision or outcome from the previous installments leaves an impact on the characters which affects their current decision making. This extends to all the characters and not just one.
Cuss, take points.
Take points?
It means go first, dumbass.
Thanks for your input.
Knock it off, Daniels. This is no time for that.
During the Battle of Sesunius 4, Rook yells at a Marine to stay down, but he doesn't because he can't hear, causing him to be killed in the process. During the Episode 3 installment, Daniels doesn't hear when Rook told him to move, making Rook actively push him out of the way, saving him in the process. Or the decisions of the squad leader which caused 2 of his men to get killed, one directly and one indirectly. This leads to the leader to act more impulsively when his men are endangered.
James! Die, you son of a bitch!
And has a traumatic episodes during the battles.
Sir, we gotta get out of here!
Everything that happens isn't forgotten, but is instead evolved. During the last installments of his series, the decisions such as the leader calling out the dead bodies, or when the ODST switched to visor mode, make the story more rational, just to name a few examples.
For them.
This place gives me the creeps.
Sergeant Brian, come in.
This is Sergeant Brian. What do you need, sir?
We've come across a bunch of KIA Covenants. Doesn't look like a human killed them. They're all torn up. Possible unknown hostiles. Stay sharp.
Yes, sir. We'll keep an eye out. Stay sharp, men.
Alright, let's get going. Switch to visor mode if you haven't already.
The reason why this is such a crucial component is the fact that the environment is alive and interactive rather than an artificial background. And by maintaining the story and evolving it, it soon becomes the story of the men surviving and enduring rather than the actual objective, which is often the case in real life. Now, onto the action, and boy oh boy is there a lot. In fact, there is so much to the point where I decided to limit what I put into this video to avoid spoilers. Although initially the visual quality is minimal, the sheer mobility, and later the effects, improve visual and set design, which makes it a satisfying watch. The human forces are actually able to put up a fight, especially considering the fact that they have been able to do it for the past 30 years. Every encounter, every skirmish, every piece of lighting, every scene is perfect given the equipment that Badleaxe had. Even the boss fights with the main characters fit perfectly and are not too easy on the eyes, but also are not too choppy to the point where you can't even make out what's happening. There's nothing else that I can say other than the fact that the fighting is perfect. Something that I've noticed in other animations is that it's either too slow, too shaky, or too stale, despite the camera and visual dopamine being in a surplus. The amount of gore, violence, and trauma that each side receives is honestly astounding and realistic to the type of warfare that humanity was facing at the time. Even more so in the Part 3 than others combined. Basic screenwriting lets the audience know what's at stake and why, so by adding the sheer lethality, that affects both the main characters, side characters, and background characters, you are making the viewer sit at the edge of their seat. This causes the audience to be enthralled. Similar to the story, the action is so immersive that I always get a huge dopamine rush. But it is not too over the top to where it's obnoxious. Badleaxe kept a blend of intensity, adversity, and moments of calmness. Something that many people need to take note of.
Bring him in.
No. You want us to work with him?
Hold on, Dan.
No way, I'm not working with that thing. Don't you remember what he did? What he did to Cinder in our platoon? To our medic?
Daniels, he might not even be the same elite.
Fine, I'll ask him myself. Did you find the Badleaxe Serenius 4?
Yes.
I knew it. I'm not working with that bastard. He's killed too many of our Marines.
This isn't your decision, Daniels. Calm down.
Having a good story and action is meaningless if you do not have the vessels to drive the two. The trinity of storytelling needs characters, action, and story. Characters are a third of the most important aspects of a story, as they can be a vessel for the audience or their own vessel. They all serve a purpose and have motivations. They need to be understandable above all else, mirroring their emotions onto you while also having their own personalities and arcs, either for tropes or to develop their own tropes. Badleaxe fulfills all requirements for his characters, whether it be Daniel being the younger sarcastic member,
Come on, big guy. Pull the trigger.
or the compassionate PTSD-induced leader that is Davis. Each member fulfills their role within Bravo 3. The arc that Daniel goes through is by far the best, and the voice actor encapsulates it. Both his emotional state throughout the series and his gradual gratitude towards Cass, which is hard to pull off if it's your first or second time writing separate characters. Each character feels like they're in just the right place at the right time and say and do what they should. Badleaxe Animations was able to pull off what multi-billion-dollar networks couldn't do. Tell a story through a helmet and body armor.
Rook! Rook! No, damn it, get a medic over here now! Somebody get over here! Shit!
Daniels. Daniels.
Rook, come on. Talk to me, Raymond. Raymond! Raymond! You zombified shit stains! I'm gonna kill you! You bastards! I'm gonna kill every last one of you! I'm gonna kill you all! You hear me, you? Every one of you!
What are you thinking? You can't go back there, Daniels!
Let me go, damn it!
You're acting like a kid! Rook didn't just get killed so you can go back into that shithole and die for nothing!
Piss off, Liam! You don't know shit!
Damn it! Get a hold of yourself. We've all lost people. Don't give me any shit. You know I'm right. We can't stay here. We can't stay on this damn planet. We're leaving. I don't care how much you want to go back. I'll drag you out of here. I'm not gonna let you die for nothing. We're leaving. You hear me?
I hear you.
Good. Grab his dog tags.
If you have ever read a piece of fan fiction, short story, movie, or any sort of media, dialogue is an integral part of a character. It can either make or break your media. When you have forced dialogue, it fails and it falls flat. Each moment of dialogue is excellently crafted, but is delivered roughly. Dialogue is the hardest part of any media to do well. Nearly every line is quotable and memorable because it can make you understand.
This continues to fight, even when faced with certain death. You have my respect.
I don't want respect from somebody who burns planets from orbit and claims to have honor.
I didn't mean to offend.
Just shut up. Briefing's in 5 minutes.
Sad? But most importantly, it gives you the information you need in order to understand the plot. Of course, dialogue isn't just, well, dialogue. Someone talking isn't just verbal. Physically animating someone's body language in ways that convey emotion is just as crucial as the dialogue itself. Now, in stop motion animation, you can just have your characters stay stiff while they talk. But in other media such as gaming or films, body language is a must. Halo Reach does an excellent job at body language. I'll link a video to it in the description. What Badleaxe does is convey emotion through the character's body movement, and my god, is it excellent. Badleaxe does not waste time using irrelevant, boring, and low-value dialogue. Each dialogue fits with the characters on how they should be.
Marines, can you hear us? The door's jammed, sir.
Tell them to get away from the door.
Yes, sir. Go away from the door. We're gonna blow it open. It's all you, sir.
Alright. Daniels, you know the drill.
The voice acting is decent. Voice actors like Floodmaker Productions, who voiced Davis, were too stale, offering very little emotions except for a few selected scenes. Now you may be thinking, an NCO is supposed to be stoic in the way they talk in order to give precise orders and keep their men from losing their grip, and you're right. But the same tone of voice is prevalent all throughout until his final stand, which creates confusion for the emotions that are attempting to be portrayed. Meanwhile, Rip Superman does very well in most scenarios, but in other scenarios it's too exaggerated, especially since his lines are often right next to each other. The voice actor for Rook does a good job at both being firm, annoyed, and caring, which matches his character. Overall, the voice actor for Rook did a good job. As for Daniels, he is arguably the best voice actor. Every delivery is met and with an excellent manner. I honestly don't have any problems. As for Liam, the sniper, who was voiced by Badleaxe, overall, he gets the job done, portrays the job fairly well, so I don't really have any complaints. Sergeant Brian, whose voice actor is Chase S. Kitson, has a good voice and does it fairly well in Part 2, but he delivers no impact later on. One way to flesh out his emotions is when Charlie and his squad gets infected. He could have gone back yelling, only to get restrained by the ODST squad. When he gets restrained, he calls their name while trying to get out. Or even better, he hears them getting infected over comms, having him repeat his name with a shaky voice and hand. He runs towards their position only to get restrained again. Or maybe he takes out Chemlight or Flare and fires it into their general position to go back for them before he has to retreat. I mean, it's just an idea for anything planned in the future. Is it that big of a deal? No, not really, but it'll make the impact of losing the Marines way more valuable and also give his death some more substance. But also, I wasn't really a fan of the voice recordings being through a phone call. It offsets the entire mood to the point where I can't even understand what they're saying because the microphone distorts the audio. However, it was somewhat effectively used for the elites. Luckily, this was improved in the third and fourth installment, although there has been serious inconsistency with the voice filter across the series. The best solution I have found to trying to add a accent or filter for the elites is just reaching out to Marty O'Donnell and asking him how he did it. I've done it, and he got back to me and he showed me how to do it, and I'm going to be using what he taught me for my own works. Overall, Badleaxe has had increasing quality and an amazing story all throughout his animation history. He managed to cover all aspects of movie directing to the letter. It is sad that he took a break from Halo to focus more on his own series with his own music, but seeing him make a return to the fold is jovial, especially seeing his current animation state. I am excited to see what else he has in store for us, and hopefully another animation series. Although it is sad to see Planet Kutari end, I'd much rather have a show end than have it keep going. I have been working on this video since 2024. Initially, I was doing it on my own time during high school in my multimedia class, but I had to export the unfinished draft. I ended up picking it back up again during my spring quarter in college, but I was 2/3 of the way through when the college wiped the computers. Despite it being on Adobe Premiere Pro, it never saved to the Adobe Cloud, meaning I lost all of my edits for the second time. Now, just recently I ended up downloading CapCut because Adobe Premiere is expensive, so I am relearning how to edit. I do apologize to Badleaxe because I wanted to get this exported a long time ago, but it's here now after 3 years of development hell. But expect more videos in the future. As for the next video, I'm anticipating either doing a Halo Infinite Wasted Potential video or reviewing the Critical Drinker's first ever short film. Now, stay safe, stay paranoid, and remember, report all suspicious activity.